So could you please introduce these fantastic artworks for us?
Fabulous. So this is work from artist Viktor Frešo, who's from Bratislava in Slovakia. And this whole exhibition is a continuation of his series on work that's called Family Vintage, which is looking at his relationship with family members and object. There's a conversation between highly produced objects in this, like the guitar and tom-tom piece, and also this piece that we call roly-poly and the Niemann, and then also found objects, which he uses from family members or reproduces from family members as well. So the Niemann is also, and the roly-poly are looking at this idea of ego and the artist's own self reflections and negative self-feelings. So I think it's really incredible because this is probably the only interactive sculpture that I've ever represented, and people are able to engage with the work and push it and move it, which brings a sense of play to this idea, a very personal idea around ego.
Yesterday you told me that the viewers react very differently.
Yes, they usually have a duality when they're looking at the work. So with the Niemann, there's usually judgment first, because the Niemann itself has a big head and a slouchy belly and small genitals and is very kind of smug looking, and so people have judgment initially. And then there's this softness that comes over, which is about, oh, he's just a petulant child, a little baby man. And with the roly-poly, same type of thing. People approach it from a distance, first with this joy and excitement because it's moving and they know they can engage with it. But then two emotions come up for people. They either want to kiss it or punch it. And I've noticed this across the board with people. They either will approach it with their fists up or they kind of come in very softly. And I think, again, this is this idea of our own personal egos. There's this judgment and this softness all at once.
How do you react?
I have a mixture of it. So I personally have one in my collection that is more of an angry boy, where he's like this, and we have him in a hill of flowers in the gallery. It's a maquette for a larger piece that we're going to be doing with the Tampa Museum of Art that is about 4 meters tall, where the sculpture will be on top of a hill of flowers. And for me, it's a personal reminder about not getting so much in my own head when I'm there. So it's this idea to be soft and to realize that I might be grumpy at the moment, but I'm really in this beautiful hill of flowers. So with all work, for me, really interesting contemporary art seduces the viewer with beauty, with play, with curiosity, into having a layered, nuanced conversation that's underneath the surface. Maybe about social justice or maybe about identity politics. But with Viktor, it's really about self-image. It's a really wonderful understanding of self that he's exploring in his work.